Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 1st to the 15th, 2022 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, there's going to be a loud sound because we're going to clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration, and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Virgo. April 1st to the 15th, 2022, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. We have the Hierophant. We have the Five of Cups. We have the King of Wands. And we have the Devil. Okay. So while I was doing the singing bowl, I was also looking into the scrying bowl. And what came up and what kept on coming up was a mirror, a mirror, a mirror. And it was a heart-shaped mirror. Okay. For some, it looked like it could be a compact, but it was also a mirror that you could hold in your hand. So just being aware of that, and I know you can hold a compact in your hand, so that maybe wasn't the best description. But there is this energy here of it's either love being reflected to you, or there's a mirror from your past that, like, as you look into it, you see what it is that you truly love. But there's something here about a heart-shaped mirror coming forward. So just keep that in your mind as you go throughout your days, during this time, because there's something here where there's a heart-shaped mirror that you'll come in contact with. All right. So we have the Hierophant. This is institutions. Five of Cups, change your mind, change your life. We need to look at things a bit differently than we were looking at things before because we feel chained. We feel chained. We feel held back. There's almost a sense here of like, I can't express myself. I can't express myself. Or people aren't hearing me. There is a voice of, I'm just seeing like snake hair. Okay, so when Spirit shows me that, it's like somebody who's two-faced. And this is usually going to be somebody with very feminine energy. It could be a woman or just somebody who's very feminine. And they have this way of like hiding behind their hair or, kind of flipping their hair at you when they don't want to listen to you. All right. And this person is very venomous. This person doesn't care what you think. This person is all about them. And just being aware of that during this time, because that's one of the reasons why we feel chained. It's almost like, okay, but I'm judging this person too hard. Or yeah, it is. It's like, I'm judging this person too hard. I'm not being fair. And Spirit's like, no, call a spade. Because once you name it, once you claim that energy and say, okay, I see you, that's going to be where the power they have over you starts to really dissipate. And then we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is very much us claiming what we want, but this is also a person coming in very fiery, very determined, can have a bit of a temper on them, so just be mindful with that, but they get things done. And they'll also transform the situation that they're in. They're like, okay, this needs to change, and they won't just say, oh, this needs to change, and then not do anything about it. It's like, this needs to change, and they'll change it. So that's really powerful. There's also a sense here of us stepping up in our work, in what we're passionate about, also stepping up in what really makes our hearts sing in this life during this time. It's almost like I'm seeing me and I'm not running away from me anymore. And that's astoundingly powerful here, Virgo. So let's look at the energy we have to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Okay, this one right here. The Two of Pentacles. We have to be mindful of taking on more and more and more because that's just going to be in our nature. It's like, yeah, of course I can do this. Yes, of course I can do that. And we're going to be piling it up. And yet there's going to be a sense of like, we're not balancing ourselves. We're not looking at what we need. It's almost a sense of, if I just keep on pushing, the exhaustion will go away or the frustration will go away. And Spirit's like, no, it won't. It's just going to keep on compiling. It's going to keep on building up until we feel like I can't move forward the way that I want to, the way that I need to. And that's going to be a very powerful thing for us during this time. There's also a sense here that Spirit is giving me. It's again that snake hair, where this person can also have a Medusa tattoo, all right? Or wear a Medusa ring or a Medusa charm. Just putting that out there because it's something about snake hair. This person will put more and more on your plate. They just will. Or they could have really oily hair too. So just be aware of that. Where it's like this person can put more and more on your plate and they're just waiting for you to break. They really are. They're just waiting for you to break. They're waiting for it to be too much. The fact that you're still going and not breaking, that's really frustrating to them. So be aware of that. Now let's look at our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Communication. We need to communicate with ourselves. There's a lot that we aren't saying during this time that needs to be said. Maybe not to anybody outside of our own realm of being, but to ourselves, we need to communicate. We need to say, this is what I want, this is what I'm feeling, because there's almost a sense of, again, if I can just push it away, it doesn't have to be acknowledged and I don't have to go through that pain. But what Spirit is saying here is that we need to acknowledge, we need to see, and then once we communicate to ourselves what we want or what we desire, then it opens up the door and we'll start communicating to other people and they'll start seeing, they'll start understanding, and that's going to open up the door. It's our throat chakra. It's letting our voice come through, which is going to be something during this time, again, we're going to find very difficult because it's almost like, don't rock the boat. Don't make yourself stand out. And yet Spirit's saying, no, stand out, be bold, be you. And then we have our Goddess Oracle cards, which are going to give us our message, of course, from angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Right here. So we have the ruler coming through. And this says here, this says, sometimes you must create and defend boundaries to protect yourself from the invasive or other inappropriate behaviors of others. And I'm just seeing this as an invasion. It's like this person is coming in, this energy is coming in, and it's almost like they're staking a war against you. It's almost as if they're like, well, I'm going to take you down, because if I take you down, then things will be easier for me. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of that during this time, where we really need to set clear boundaries for ourselves, for what we want, also for the energy that's around us. There is a sense here of like energy being bounced back at us. So just be aware. Just be aware that somebody's sending negativity our way, draining our energy, making us feel like we can't move forward. That's going to be something that we contend with during this time, but also that we find that we come out of during this time. We're very much more empowered. So let's go deeper into the tarot. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We have the King of Earth, which is us. The Hierophant, we have the Hierophant repeating himself right here. We have the 10 of Cups, and we have the 3 of Swords. So it's very, very interesting is that not only is the King of Earth us, but it's also amplifying the Taurus energy, the Hierophant energy that's coming through, the energy that connects us with an institution, with the way things are, or the way things are supposed to be. So it's almost a sense of we're intertwined with this. We need the rules, we need the structure for the way that we want to move forward. We're not going to totally reinvent the wheel. You know, we're going to use the wheel to the greatest of our abilities, to in a new way, for some of us, most definitely, but in a profoundly determined, insightful way to get us to where we want to be. So that's going to be something that's really important, because somebody here is trying to recreate something, and Spirit is saying you have the foundation set down. Somebody else has done the work, and they could have done the work way before you were even born, right? But somebody else has done the work. Now we need to utilize that to the best of our abilities to get us to where we need to be. So that's going to be something where like it takes weight off your shoulders, and it puts you in a place where you are more decisive, you are more insightful, and you are more determined. So here, it's almost like the institution is going to work for you, or you're going to find your voice within it. This is working in a set of rules. This is working in a established, modality. So here, that's going to be where we get our creativity from. That's where we're going to get our inspiration from. And this could be an established modality like YouTube or like, any other creative platform where we sit there and we're like, oh, okay, this was already set up. Now I'm going to use these tools to best benefit me. And that's the energy that's coming forward here. There's also very much a sense of unlocking. Like once we make something definitive, we start to unlock, the key. We start to take the key and unlock the door to something bigger, something more, something intense is coming our way. We're moving here as it is unlocked to really embracing and understanding a lot of the hurts and the pains that have defined us and held us back. We're rebelling against them because there's anger within us. It's almost like, why does this always happen? Or why am I always held back? Or why can't I get a foot up or move forward the way that I want to? And here with the Three of Swords, it's acknowledging the pain that we have been through. It's acknowledging the hurt. And it can be also acknowledging three people who are really making our lives hard right now. And as we acknowledge, we start to move forward. We start to say, you know what? You don't get to have that power over me. Or we get to see how big a jerk they actually are and say, you know what? No, I'm done with this. I'm done with this and I'm moving forward. Because the 10 of Cups is moving towards happiness. And we're really starting to embrace what makes us happy. And the thing with happiness is that it's a broad sweeping word that encompasses so much. And yet it's so personalized for each and every one of us. For some of us, having a whole bunch of kids makes us happy. For others of us, being single and not having kids, or, not having kids makes us happy. So there are such big differing camps on things. So not conforming to what makes another person happy, but sitting there and saying, this is me, this is what I love, this is what I want, this is how I'm moving forward, that is going to be inspiring. And this is a time where we really start to connect with our heart. We really start to connect with what we desire. We really start to see ourselves. And that becomes a game changer for us. It really does. And it's almost as if we're becoming more settled within ourselves. It's like we're seeing ourselves and we're embracing what we want more. We're embracing who we are more. And as we do this, we go deeper into the tarot. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Universe. And we have the Knight of Cups. Somebody's going to come in, they're very emotional, okay? They're going to tend to stir up the waters and make things a little bit more intense than they need to be. They're also going to be very much on your side, but you're going to think this person is a bit much. So just be aware of that. This person comes in, they can be rather dramatic or they can be rather, intense. And we're going to think, okay, what the heck? And yet they're on our side. They're helping us see deeper into ourselves. They're opening up a door that needs to be seen. That's where the heart mirror comes in. It's almost like they bring a reflection of our heart forward. It's like you look into the cup that they're carrying. You see your heart. And that's going to be very important during this time. It's like, this is what I love. This is what I need. We're also rising above a lot of the chaos, a lot of the hurt that we have been through. There is a gift from God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, that's coming into play. And it's going to illuminate our path. It's going to help move us forward. It's going to have us seeing things quite differently than we have seen things before. But this is also our passion, our intention, what we desire within our lives. And we have the King of Wands at the very beginning. And the King of Wands is saying to us, this is where I need to move. And what's so interesting, if you look at the Hierophants that we have here, one is very much like the battle warrior, and the other one is quietly sitting in meditation with their eyes closed. This one looking forward, eyes opened. And so there's a sense here of, what do I innately see? Like, what do I see within my heart if my eyes are closed? What do I see within my heart that I need to move forward within this institution, within this structure? The other is, how do I, not forcefully, but how do I actively move this forward? And we're going to have a bit of a push and pull here, because there's almost a sense of what I see inwardly doesn't match what I see externally. So there's going to need to be a balance going on. That's going to be very important for us. It then moves us to this place where the universe opens. But again, we're taking this gift of passion with the Ace of Wands. We're taking this gift of passion. It doesn't feel that way all the time. We can feel like, okay, I still have further to go, or okay, people still don't understand. But as we take it, we see ourselves, and the universe starts to open, not just the world, because in the Llewellyn Tarot deck, which is what this deck is, it's the world, it's the universe and not the world that opens to us. It's us being this ephemeral being that has no boundaries, that gets to have the stars be the limit, gets to embrace dreams and desires, and gets to see ourselves expanding more and more. So right now we're being told, your mind's the limit. Don't limit yourself the way that we think we are going to, or the way that we thought we should. Don't limit yourself. Open up the door, expand the horizon, see yourself more clearly, more openly, more honestly. And that becomes the game-changing element to this whole entire time. It moves us to our final tarot message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. The King of Wands, again, we're taking that energy. And the Five of Wands. That's going to be really key here. So there's going to be two ways that we can go. There's a lot of fighting that's going on around us. And this is fighting for the sake of fighting. This is almost like a person who just knows how to communicate through fighting, through anger, through discord. And like, that's their language. That's the way they communicate. That's what they bring forward. So here with the Five of Wands, we need to be very mindful of this. This can be in the work situation where there's just a lot of fighting. We're being pulled in. And Spirit is saying, listen, you have the ability to stand apart. There's also a need for somebody higher up to lay down ground rules, okay, or to make a stand. For some of us, we might just be having enough, and we might be, filing something with HR or talking with a manager or something to that effect, where it's like, I have had enough. I don't want this anymore. I can't be like this. I need calm. I need stability. And even if this is in the family, there's a sense of, there's one person especially who is this rabble-rouser, drama queen, troublemaker, where this person comes in and it's exhausting. It's just exhausting. And they make everybody in a tizzy, and then they go on their merry way. They're totally fine. They don't understand why everybody else is still so upset. And they go and they do their thing. So being aware of this is going to be a way to combat it, because it's like, I see you. I see what you're doing. I see the game that you're playing. You've always done this. I'm not getting involved. And that's where we become transformative within our passion, within our power, within what we want. And that's where we start changing the whole entire game, where we start really standing up for ourselves, being empowered, being emboldened. Now, our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Princess of Cups. We need to be mindful of drama energy, right? Of energy that is young, it is immature, it is stirring up the pot just to see what happens, and it is energy that can really pull us in. And we're not going to realize, okay, this person just doesn't understand, or this person is a troublemaker just to be a troublemaker. We're going to take this personally. We're going to say, what am I doing wrong? How can I make this better? We're putting so much on our shoulders that it becomes too much. This person needs to take responsibility. If this person doesn't take responsibility, I mean, that is so aggravating. If this person doesn't take responsibility, there's an anger that starts to come. There's a frustration that starts to come. And there's almost a sense of like, it's them or it's me. And it doesn't mean that we have to say it's them or it's me. But in our head, it's like, I'm not putting up with this anymore. I am really stating what needs to be stated so that I can be empowered, so that I can be emboldened. It moves us then to our chakra energy, which is flexibility, the sacral chakra. And with the sacral chakra, that's where we hold our creative energy, that's where we hold our sensual energy, but that's also where we hold all the traumas and dramas from this life and from past lives. So this is going to be a time where we're learning how to be more flexible within ourselves, where we're learning to take a lot of the drama that has made us stagnant, and we're releasing it. And as we're releasing it, our bodies are going to be more nimble. Our souls are going to be more creative. We're going to feel like we connect with the energy of the earth so much more and so much more. It leads us then to our subconscious goddess message. And this is the Guardian. And this says, take time to become aware of and prepared for all the contingencies by making your home base secure so you feel safe and protected. And that's going to be it. It's going to be, sometimes it's going to feel like us against the world. And that's overwhelming. That just is overwhelming. But make sure we have a good home base. Make sure we have a good, steady foundation. If we don't have that, we have to look at why. Why is that? Where's the chaos coming from? Where's the hurt coming from? And this is going to be a time where we start to look at things and say, okay, what do I need to do to change the story here? It then moves us to our tarot message. And we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is stagnant energy. It is a sense of either we're giving too much, or it is a sense of the energy isn't flowing within us. So for some, it's going to be a small group. We're not we're not gathering our energy correctly. We're giving and giving and giving till the well is completely drained. And then we're wondering why we're tired, why we're frazzled. For a greater majority of us, there's a stagnation here. There's almost a sense of I have to hold on to it. I have to hold on to it. There's not going to be enough. It's vampiric energy that's coming in, whether we give too much or too little, or we're just holding on. We're just surviving is really what Spirit is saying. So during this time, we need to look at this very openly, very honestly for ourselves. We also need to see what we're holding on to and why. This card can also show constipation. It can show that our body is telling us, I'm holding on to things, I'm holding on to things, I'm not letting things go. Why is that? We can need to talk to a doctor. Yeah, maybe. But we can also need to really look at ourselves and say, what is going on here that is making me feel like I'm out of control? And where do I need to kind of step up for myself? Claim back my power. It moves us then to the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Earth. And we're taking this gift. We have the King of Earth right here. We're taking this gift. This gift is coming forward subconsciously. This is a gift from God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe. This is a gift of new beginnings. This is a gift of new seeds to be planted, of power, of intention, of wealth coming into our lives. Now, it can be coming into our lives in a way where we think, oh no, I don't want this. Like, oh no, this is not a good idea. Walk slowly. Walk slowly. Don't jump into something head first. And then, think about it later. Spirit saying, think about it, claim it, own it, and then move forward with it. Because there's very much an energy here of it really making us and stepping into that king role. We have the stag. We have the King of Pentacles. There is a mightiness to us that we have to claim. But in this mightiness, it's almost a sense of, am I ready for it? And Spirit is saying that's why we need to move slowly. We need to claim it slowly. We need to claim it, powerfully. Because when we do that, we claim it fully. And that's going to be the game changer for us. It then moves us to, ooh, goodness, the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is, I'm tired of listening to everybody else. I feel battered, I feel bruised, I feel overwhelmed, and I'm not sure how I can move forward. This is also a sense of, I need to set firm boundaries. Boundaries is a huge part of this time. We can be getting headaches. We can have our body hurting us. We can be feeling just completely overwhelmed if we're not setting these boundaries, if we're not taking care of ourselves. It then moves us to, and if we're listening to everybody else, because everybody has conflicting, absolutely, definitive ideas, and we're just caught in the mix right now. And it's like, oh, I don't know which way to go. And Spirit is saying here, claim what you desire. Claim who it is that you are. Embrace this. Embrace this because you're stronger, more powerful, and more prepared than you think you are. It then leads us to the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is a battle that we have faced before. It is a heartbreak. It is a pain. It is a disappointment. It is a battle that we have been through. And we're over it. We're over having to deal with this. But Spirit's saying, now is the time that we stand up for ourselves. Now is the time that we see what we truly want, what's truly valuable to us, where we need to be, how we need to get there. And this is a time here with the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands, where 5 is a number of freedom, but it's also a number of conflict. It's a number of change, and it's never easy. It's never pretty. But here we find out that we have more of the tools than we thought we did. We have more power than we ever realized we did. And this is going to be a game changer for us, Virgo. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and intensity of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo.